This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho. Say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
All sorts of interesting stuff going on in the world at the moment. Human behavior, there really is a microscope on it in the global sense. There really, really is. And a lot of it has to do at the moment with what happened in Paris, with the murder by, let's just call them what they are. A lot of it has to do with the murder of 12 people that worked for Charlie Hebdo, a satirical French magazine, by radical Islamists. Like I said, let's call it what they are. A lot of people don't want to call it what they are. And that is where human nature is interestingly on display. A lot of people don't want to call a spade. And we'll get into that. But right now, I guess this has something to do with the whole idea of being honest and pulling out weeds when you see them. You can't ignore the weeds. You got to admit that they're there. Pull them out. Do something with your life. Let your freaking garden grow. I see so many people working out. So many people working out or talking about working out because it's a new year. New year, new me. I'm going to get ripped, toned, shredded, all the above. And it was funny. I was talking to a buddy of mine who happens to be a personal trainer. And I was like, I hear people that have the same goals, but they have completely different plans. Like a lot of people are going, I'm not going to eat any carbs, just lots of protein, and I'm going to lift lots of weights. Where I know some people that I'm like, I'm going to eat only fibrous carbs and do lots of high-impact cardio. I was like, it's interesting. Those two approaches are totally different. Like, one's the opposite of the other. Which one works? He's like, they both work. And he's like, they're not the opposite of the other. One guy has a high-carb, high cardio plan. The other person has a low-carb, high-intensity weight training plan. The opposite of either one of those things is not having a plan. Not having an idea of what you're going to do. Knowing that you want to get somewhere, but not figuring out a way to get there. There's lots of ways to skin a cat. There's lots of ways to become a ripped-toned super athlete. There's lots of ways to recognize the problems in your life and in the world and do something about them. But you can't do something about them until you recognize them and make a plan. There are risks and costs to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and costs of comfortable inaction. John F. Kennedy.
Why he prefers to write songs on his own.
It's really challenging, and I kind of wish I could do it with other people. I've tried. I wrote with the Eagles once. We did Heartache Tonight together, and I've written with Henley on his records a little bit and Fry a little bit on his records. But for some reason, I just prefer to do it alone, It's maybe because I'm in control of it and because nobody tells me, no, that's no good, And I tell you, I'm a finisher. I finish everything. I finish a lot of bad songs because I go too far one way or too far the other way, and I say, what were you thinking? But it almost takes me, it takes me so long to write them, about a week or two or three. I'll pound away on something and completely throw it away. And a lot of people don't have the courage to do that, to throw something away when they look at it. And I like that. I just love the challenge of doing that. It's really fun to do. I think I do it really well.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Bob Seger and all your favorite artists.
Fire up your DVR. Time for the Weekend TV.
On Tuesday night, Parks and Recreation returns for a 7th and final season with back-to-back episodes starting at 8/7 Central on NBC. Thursday, it's a celebration of men's best friend at the first annual World Dog Awards, hosted by George Lopez. Other celebrities scheduled to appear include Ian Somerhalder, Beth Bears, Lance Bass, Nikki Reed, and Perry Reeves. And it all happens Thursday at 8/7 Central on the CW. Friday night, it's not just America's Funniest Home Videos, it's World's Funniest Fails. Inspired by the Fail Army YouTube channel and hosted by Terry Crews. It premieres Friday at 8/7 Central on Fox. And that's your Weekend TV on iHeartRadio.
Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a music savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a body better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a music savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a body better than me. Hey, you, what's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. AD, be getting down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, I'm back once again. I'm ruling all city like the king I am. A master plan, coming from a faster man.
Yeah, so I actually really enjoy the sort of whole Monster Jam culture. I mean, what's not to like about it? Giant trucks doing giant jumps. It's pretty freaking awesome. And while no monster truck rally is ever going to be any kind of Algonquin roundtable or anything like that. Oh, hey, what the hell is that? Funkhauser, is that you?
Who, me? No, that's not me. What happened?
I don't know.
You hear some stuff?
You can't hear that?
I can hear nothing.
You can hear nothing. Great. Why is it? Funkhauser and I, during the break, were bitching about how people love to come into the studios we use and not do the courteous thing, which is to zero the board. And I had glorious, glorious audio that I was going to play for you. And now there's a loud hum every time I turn that particular pod on, coming from somewhere. It's not even a hum. It's like a, what do they call it? Test tone? You know, when TV goes off and you see like the colors and stuff. What the hell is that? Oh my God. You know, I had a carefully well thought out, well planned out show today, but I think I might have to jettison all that, play a best of while I go skin somebody alive and burn the building down. God. Yeah, it's exactly like that, but it goes on for longer. What the hell is that? Funkhauser, do you hear that?
I hear nothing.
Wait, you didn't hear that?
Nope. No, I got nothing.
What the hell is going on around here?
Push that one button in there. That one on the top there.
Bunch of freaking amateurs. God. Major Market Radio at its finest. I swear to God. I swear to God, this will be the day. This will be the day. I know I talk about sort of like, you know, finding the better side of yourself and becoming a better person. But there's times where you just have to find somebody and beat them to a bloody pulp so they never do whatever the hell it is they're doing again because they've done it 8 million times. And hey, please, could you leave everything the way you found it when you leave the studio? Doesn't seem to be getting through.
Biatch.
Anyways, yeah. Well, I had all sorts of fantastic audio I was going to play for you, but because some mind-numbingly stupid booger-eating moron did something to my studio while I was gone, someone who clearly deserves to die and who, if I have anything to do with it, will meet their grisly end the moment the show finishes, I can't do all that. So let's get right into the news, shall we? What the hell? Honestly, I have a bunch of no-good lowdown. So
grumble. They say it's an astrological event. Things like this happen.
Oh, really?
You know? Or really? It's blame it on the stars.
Well, perhaps the guy who I know left the room this way, as I'm beating the living snot out of him, can explain to me what astrological event it was that caused him to get the ass kicking that he's going to get later on today. The moon was in what now? Anyways, go on.
Vivica A. Fox recently said she doesn't believe the rape allegations against Bill Cosby.
Right. Yes. Vivica A. Fox standing up for the cause. Apparently, she learned about ignoring the evidence and defending things that are reprehensible during the press tour for Sharknado 2 that she was a part of.
She was in that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You never.
She's also on the Celebrity Apprentice this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the things that you watch when you have a girlfriend.
The use of the word celebrity in that show is getting more and more liberal as time wears on.
Got to Google half of the people. Who's that?
Yeah. That's a very good point. You shouldn't have to Google celebrities. Celebrities should just be like, oh, I know who this is. Yeah. Alrighty then. What else is going on in the world?
Well, the Late Show with David Letterman is going to end in May. And
okay, yeah.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert won't premiere until September.
Right, yeah, I heard about that. I don't know what they're doing in the meantime, but I think initially it was planned, it was supposed to be sooner. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert was supposed to premiere. Supposed to be sooner, but I think workers needed more time to disassemble the intern love nest Dave had above the stage. Anyways, bad news for the average CBS viewer who probably won't live until September. It's funny because they're terribly, terribly old. Go on.
Jay Leno, did you hear about this, man? Did you hear about this? He performed.
Like the Jay Leno, I any piece of Jay Leno news I always want to do so I can hear your impersonation.
You hear about this, man? It's Jay Leno news.
I figured out I could do a very obscure impression, which I'll share with you after we get through the Jay Leno news.
He performed at a congressional Republican retreat.
Yep. Because, if there's one audience that still wants to hear Monica Lewinsky jokes, it's congressional Republicans. That totally makes sense, actually. I think he's found his audience in his old age. There you go. The impression that I found out I could do last night as I was programming the radio station was, Tezande?
No,
remember that kid?
No.
Chocolate Rain.
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah, his name's Tezande, the Chocolate Rain Kid. Chocolate Rain. See, that's not bad, right? Like, I always knew I could do a semi-acceptable Tezande. But here's Tezande singing Pearl Jam. Kill the music.
Oh.
Even flow, thoughts arise like butterflies. Chocolate Rain. See, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Can't believe
I would book you on the cruise.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a really obscure... oh, God, this show's going horribly. It's because all I can think about is beating someone vigorously when I get out of here. But go on. Chocolate Rain.
Mitt Romney is almost certainly going to run for president again in 2016.
He's even reassembling his national political network. Because it worked so well for him last time. In fact, team of robotic engineers already started programming his back panel. If they're going to program him and he's going to get together with his national political network, he should try. What was it? It's something really, really basic that he forgot last time during a debate with Obama. It was like he forgot the three branches of government, or I don't know, but maybe he just wants to spend a little more time with his flashcards before going on the campaign trail again, because he's clearly a smart man, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't remember a rather mind-numbingly simple piece of information at a crucial time. Anyways, go on.
A Chicago man discovered he had a 7-inch car part in his body from an old accident.
Yeah, I think he knew that something was wrong since he was in constant agony, but was not married. See what I did there? Go on.
Florida news. Florida police say 2 women got into a violent fist fight over David Cassidy.
Yeah, 2 women in Florida threw the hell down, did damage to one another, fighting over David Cassidy, who, if you're under the age of 50, you might not remember, was in the Partridge Family. Is that what David Cassidy's from?
I don't even know. Probably.
Oh, to Google we go. Let's just be sure of this.
All right.
David Cassidy. David Bruce Cassidy is an American actor, singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He is widely known for his role as Keith Partridge, on the 1970s musical sitcom. David Cassidy. 64
Did the
years
first
old now.
picture that you showed up that you Googled